I'm Russell with Retro Auto Detail, and I have a 2005 E46 M3 in the shop today getting a standard interior and exterior detail. Now, also while it's here, we're going to be removing this old PPF, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the PPF as a professional detailer. I have 10 years experience from working in speed shops, wholesaling, high-end exotic classic cars, to doing your average mom and dad vehicles. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know to remove the PPF all the way down to cut and polishing the paint at the end to get a seamless result. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to show you some of my supplies you'll need in this video. You'll need plastic razors, a little pusher with it, a little blue pusher you get on Amazon, and then you'll need some sort of solvent and a steamer. After the PPF's removed, we're going to use Roots Blue compound with a cutting pad and cut and polish the front end. I've used the entire roof line from their cutting compound to polishing compound, and I match it with their pads they recommend with their compound. So anyway, I'm gonna get after it. I'm gonna get to work, get this PPF removed.
As you can see here, Russell is using a steam cleaner to warm up and break down the adhesive, making it easier to peel off the PPF. This technique also makes it less likely to damage the paint underneath. Now, it is possible to use something like a heat gun or a hair dryer to help loosen the adhesive, but this can be dangerous, especially if you're staying in one spot for a long time. You don't want to get it too hot because you could risk melting the PPF or damaging the paint underneath. Also, when you're peeling it off, try to peel back at a 45-degree angle, working in small sections. And after full removal of the PPF, use an adhesive remover or a mixture of soap and water to clean off any residue left behind. As you can see on this car, Russell had to use a plastic razor blade in order to scrape off the adhesive and remove this paint protection film. This car's PPF was in such rough shape that it was impossible to peel it off by hand, so a razor blade might be required in your case. It is important to note that a plastic razor blade must be used, no metal razor blades at all. These small orange razor blades and the blue razor blade holder can be found online or at most local parts stores. It is also important to note that just because the razor blade is made of a soft plastic, it doesn't mean that it's unable to damage paint. So you have to make sure that you're holding the razor blade flat to the surface of the car and not accidentally using the corner of the razor blade to remove the film. Make sure you take your time and do slow, methodical movements, but it's better to take your time rather than damaging the paint and making more work for yourself in the future. As fast as this looks on time-lapse, this is a very tedious and long process.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Daddy's gonna go back to work. Say bye-bye.
All right, so far I have half of it removed. You can see that there's a little bit of paint peeling there, but that's just because he hit something in the PPF. Was obviously on top of that, but that is half of it removed. I removed the license plate bracket, and now I gotta remove the rest of this. But look at that. Look at that. He'll most likely end up repainting the bumper, but look at that side by side.
everything I use to remove the PPF, I use the Harbor Freight steamer. You can probably get that for maybe 150 bucks. Some Final Sol from Superior Products. It's a local company. They're franchised everywhere, so you can get that wherever you're located or ordered online. That stuff's really good. It doesn't stain paint from my experience. Didn't mess up the paint on this E46 at all. Then I use the Roops lineup, matched with their cutting and polishing pads. And you'll need a pack of plastic razors, which you could buy online, and obviously a spray bottle for the solvent. Otherwise, this is all you need to remove PPF.
All right, I'm all wrapped up on removing the PPF on this E46. I polished the hood, the fender, and I didn't polish the front bumper here. If you look here, there is paint damage here, and here he's gonna end up repainting the bumper entirely. So I didn't really waste any time cutting and polish that to blend any of the PPF lines. There's a PPF line on the hood here. I also didn't spend a bunch of time polishing this either because there's paint failure right here at this body line, and same thing on this side. Otherwise, I polished the headlights lightly, blended this fender in. This fender has been replaced, and the PPF was already obviously stripped off of it when he repainted it. I'm pretty sure this whole side's been repainted, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I'm ending this video here. If it's helped you at all, gain some knowledge or kind of get more confident in removing PPF watching this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I plan on doing more videos like this whenever I have kind of the examples coming in the shop. I'm a small business owner. I'm a mobile detailer primarily, and I work out of my shop at my house. So I get a lot of odd jobs, from bumpers, bumper scratches, paint touch-ups, wet sanding and buffing, flood cars, anything detail related. I do it, from even just the maintenance detailing that costs $100. I'm just getting at that I am very versatile in this industry, and you almost have to be if you want to work for yourself. It's always super cool to challenge yourself in this business, because there's tons of challenges, like I said, for this instance, PPF removal. Not a lot of detailers do this because, first of all, it's hard to really sell $100 an hour for 5 hours removing PPF. In this instance, this only took me 2.5 hours, so I'm only going to quote that hourly wise. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. If this video helped you at all, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more content like this. Thank you.